It's turkey time on the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. Gary House, the Outdoor Cook, Cooking Everything Outdoors show. I hope you try this at home. I think it's been a couple years since I've done a turkey for you guys, and the last time, if I remember right, it was the butterfly turkey on the grill, which just turned out spectacular. Well, this time we're going to slow smoke a turkey in the Camp Chef vertical smoke vault, and we're going to brine it, and I'm going to go through the whole process because Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming up, and I just want to give you a little bit of a refresher course on how to do that, and perhaps an introduction for those of you that don't. We're going to do something a little bit different that I kind of like on my turkeys. I'm going to do a citrus brined and smoked turkey. So the first step to cooking a turkey, period, in some people's opinion, is to brine it. Now, I brine 50% of the time. I don't brine every time. Obviously you brine a turkey, you can brine a chicken, you can brine pork, etc., etc. So what brining does is it allows moisture to soak into the meat so that during the cooking process, in this case the turkey, will stay moister. A lot of people will take and brine a turkey, and then they'll inject a turkey, and then they'll cook their turkey. And those steps are all great, and they all have merit and value. So let's go over the ingredients real quick. For a basic, everyday, all-day brine, the ratio is typically 1 gallon of water to 1 cup of salt. So I have a gallon of water. I have 1 cup of salt. This is regular salt. If you're using kosher salt, you're going to probably need about 1.5 cups. I'm also going to be adding 1/2 cup of sugar, 1.5 ounces of pickling spices, an assortment of citrus. You will also need a bag, preferably a resealable bag that will hold your turkey. If you have a bigger turkey, you want to increase the proportions of your brining liquid and salt to be able to cover the turkey completely when it's soaking in there. So one of the first things I want to do is cut up some of my citrus. So I'm just going to take a lime, a lemon. Let me cording those up. I have tangerine here. I've already washed these, which is kind of important. And I have an orange. So what I have is a really large pot on top of my Camp Chef big gas grill. I'm going to add my salt. I'm going to add my sugar, pickling spices, and then my citrus I'm going to add after I've dissolved all of that. So we're just going to sit this and have it ready. Once this is dissolved, then I'm going to let it simmer for about 30 minutes. At about the 20-minute mark, I'm going to dump in my citrus. Brine's been simmering for roughly 30 minutes. I almost want to drink it. So got a lot of citrus in there now, and I'm going to turn off the heat from my Camp Chef big gas grill. And what I need to do is cool that down. Now, you could take, just like I'm doing, a bag of ice and dump it in there, which is exactly what I'm doing. You could take iced water and dump it in there, but what we want to do is reduce it down to refrigerator temperature so that it does not cook our turkey while it brines, right? Makes sense. Now that our brining solution has cooled down, we want to add it to our massive 10-pound turkey. And what I have is just a 2-gallon resealable bag but I also have it in a tray. Just throwing out this warning right now, if you go and just put a turkey full of, a bag full of turkey and water, or brine in this case, in your refrigerator, very likely it'll tip over and that could leak everywhere. So put it in something that's going to be stable, it's going to help hold it upright. A pot works great, a bowl works great. This will work good for what I'm doing. And I want to make sure that I get all of the citrus, and I just want to pour it in there. Get as much of the brining mixture as I possibly can in this bag. And I want to fill it up to the top. A little bit more in there. Okay. That I think is where we want it to be. I want to seal that up really good, get as much air out as possible. So I have it filled with my brine, have it triple bagged, I have it in my tray. It's going to go into the refrigerator. This small of a turkey is probably only going to need to brine for about 6 hours. Definitely not more than that. Some people say to brine them overnight, 12, 14, 16 hours. And I think what happens is that certainly with a citrus-based brine like this, it'll start cooking. That acid will start breaking down the tissue and making it soggy and mushy, and that's not what I want. So it's going to be a light brine. It's nice, salty, very flavorful. It's going to absorb into that turkey. In 6 hours, I'm going to take it out of the brine. I'll wash it down, pat it dry. It goes back in the refrigerator till tomorrow morning when I'm going to smoke it for you. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cooking Everything Outdoors show. But without my sponsors, none of this would be possible. Camp Chef at outdoorcooking.com and Island Grillstone at islandgrillstone.com. They make all of this possible, and they're great companies, and they've got super good product and really good customer service. So please take a minute and go visit them, say thank you, and buy something. If you want to find out more about me, you can visit me on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, and of course, cooking-outdoors.com, where I'm always cooking up something new. This is Gary House, and I will see you when I see you.